Alright guys, I'm so glad to be here. This is Fash. In this tutorial we want to take a look at how to have access to our CLI using our command prompt. You can see we've successfully verified right now that this CLI is successfully installed on our PC, and now can we start accessing it, like the basic thing we need to do. Alright, good. So I'm going to type cmd right now, and when I type cmd I'm going to say, hey, I want to know if I can configure Amazon. So I'll just say AWS configure. So by the time you hit on enter, it's going to request for something. And what is that? Let's take a look. I'm sure that you're connected to the internet. Okay, it's going to ask you AWS access key. Like I said, if you want to have access to your account, you need access key. So we're going to dive in right now and do some access key creation. Okay, I'm going straight down into the AWS, and I'm going to say IAM. I want to don't forget we are still under IAM service. All these things that we're doing is under IAM service. All right, good. So I'm going to click on it. Sorry, something is wrong. I think let me use this. Okay, I'm going to say IAM. All right, by the time I say IAM, I'm going to say hey, I'm going to click on IAM. So when I click on IAM, it's going to load and take us to where we can create our access key. Don't forget, access is comprised of two things. We have the access key ID and security key. Those are the two things we really need them. We're going to do that right away. Okay, so like I said, look at this. We can have access to this environment if we don't have an access key ID, and that's what serves as our username. So I'm clicking on user. I'm navigating to user right at the moment, and when it loads for some few time, I'm going to ensure that I highlight on the user I'm working on. Don't forget, I'm not using my root account. Do not use your root account to create security credentials, please. It's very dangerous. Okay, so I'm going to click on the user because this is the only user that I have presently, so which is my IAM user. Okay, good. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to security credentials. So when I do that, I'm going to say, hey buddy, I am here and I want to create an access key. So you can see here we have use access key to make programmatic calls to AWS from this AWS CLI tools for PowerShell, AWS SDK, or direct AWS API call, AWS API call. So I'm going to say, hey, I want to create access key. I'm creating it right at the moment. They say warning: never post security key on public platforms such as GitHub. This can compromise your account security. So you can see this actually telling us the reality. Okay, so right now what I'm going to do, I'm going to download the CSV file so that I will add that file on my local PC, because sometimes I might forget or something. But you can see how it actually hides in there. You can see that you have your key in there. You have the you can see that you have the access key ID and the security key. So what I'm going to do is that right now I'm going to copy this, boom, and I'm going to say, hey buddy, I want to do something, and what I want to do is that I want to say access key. This is it. I pasted it and I hit on enter. It's now asking for security key. So what I'm going to do right now is that I'm going to have a security key right in there. So I'm going to say, hey, I want a security key, and I'll copy this and I will say, hey buddy, I want a security key. I'm posting it right now, so let's hit on enter. Boom. So it's now said default region name. So this default region name makes you to come straight down to your account and say where are you, to be precise. So by the time you click on it, it's going to tell you exactly where you are. Okay, hold on, I think I have to go back and I want to figure out where exactly I am. I don't want to enter into, I want to see my region. Hold on a second. Okay, so that we'll be able to make use of whatever we make use of. Okay, come on, I have to click on this again. Sorry, I have to do that so that because I have to get out so that I'll be able to understand where I'm presently. I'm in the region, you can see. So by the time I click on this, you want to see it said US East -1, US minus East -1. Okay, so let's just do like that, hyphen. So US East -1. So by the time you do that, let's hit on enter. You see default format, you could just click on enter. So now you have successfully configure your account. So sometimes you might decide to probably want to do some things like, okay, I can say AWS list user. You can say AWS IAM list user. Let's see what's gonna happen. So let's see what's gonna happen. Come on. Okay, you can see, okay, something is wrong somewhere. Let's scroll up. I think there is a code. It said AWS let me see, AWS IAM list users. Okay, I think the user is supposed to be S. Okay, sorry, I have to do that again. All right, good. All right, it's all done. Wow, you can see this has successfully shown us that, okay, fashion views is the user, and we have this user ID and the time it was actually created, and the created date and password last used. Okay, you can see that we have successfully understand the concept of what Amazon Web Service, account using the CLI, having access to AWS using the CLI. So basically this is what you need to know. I will reiterate so that you get to know what I've been saying so far. What we did right now is that we were able to understand that we cannot log in without access key, and the access key comprised of access ID and security key. So security key serves as the password, and the access ID is just more or less like a username. So whatever I want to do in there, you just be using your command. Like I say, all the command you can actually find it on GitHub, so you can see everything you want to do. You can see what I did the other time is this: configure AWS access key. You have an access key, you have security key, you put your region, and you're able to do some stuff. So basically all what you want to be doing, you can find it on GitHub like this, and we are going to do some manipulations, and you're going to pretty much understand where we're going. All right, this is where I'm actually going to stop for now. I hope you really enjoyed this and it's getting more clearer. Don't forget, the purpose is to have a certification passed without any stress. So, and I want you to have this at the back of your mind that we're getting there. So keep moving and don't get tired. All right, in the next tutorial we're going to dive into something more awesome, and until then I can't wait to have you in the next one. Bye and have fun.